posting before? You don't think so? TikTok encourages us to. I keep hearing to do so. I don't know, girl. I just be trying to follow the rules, but sometimes, hey, the rules don't be ruling. I be like, now listen, don't y'all tell me to do. All right now, what's going on? So you said you went from 5 to 400. Let's see. Trying to get us up live on. There we go. We are live on YouTube. I'm gonna also bring up our Facebook here. There we go. All right. So I think I also created a little events thing. I started posting for LinkedIn to invite them over. That worked a little bit earlier this week. So that was kind of cool. And then I keep seeing these follow for follow clubs. And I don't want to do that. I want to make sure the right people are on the lives. So, and then I want to have the right people. I don't want just random people because that turns into trolls. And I ain't trying to waste my time on here. So, yes, girl. All right, we are live on Facebook. Yep. I am following along. Hi, baby doll. How are you? Welcome in. Come on in. Star, you going live today? I haven't seen any of your lives since the one I seen recently. And then there's another girl. She does very, very well. Okay. Yeah. And then I know TikTok is all about algorithm. So, shall I don't know. I don't know. Everybody claims to have the secret. Hi, YouTube. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Let me type that in there. Can you hear me? Question mark. Put that in the chat so I'll know that our mic is working. It looks like it is, but I can only be sure. It's a series of steps. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Welcome, everyone. This is Black Women in Grants. And I wanted to do like a quick open house of my mentorship program to learn all about grants. And so I'm going to be walking through what's offered there and helping out a few people learn how to win grants. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Jazz. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for joining. Just say hello as you come in and let me know you can see me and hear me. I want to make sure all of our streams are streaming, okay? Hi, Sandra. Welcome. Sandra, what's your business? Tell me real quick before others get in the room. What do you do? Talk to me in the chat real quick. This is Black Women in Grants. We talk all things grants for Black women with for-profit small businesses. Those of you who would like to find, apply for, and win grants. And so we're going to dive into some of that today. There we go. So just come in and put it in the chat and let's chat. Saturdays are a little bit low-key, laid back for me, so I come play around with y'all. I'm usually live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're back on schedule, so I got to remember our regularly scheduled program here. So y'all come in and chat with me. I'm all ears. I got a little time today. Playing hooky from an event I was supposed to be at 10 o'clock. But they'll just miss me. It's okay. I wanted to be here. Go live. Hey, Kalichi. Welcome in. So y'all say hey in the chat. Let's just talk about your business. So think about the business that, you really could use some grants for, some financial assistance, some help, other people's money to either start that business if it's in the startup phase, get that idea out of your head, get it onto paper, get it launched. Hello, Tanika Santendrix. How are you? What else? What was I going to say? Oh, those of you who have already started a business, talk to me in the chat. What do you do? If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. And I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And so I'm hanging out with y'all. We're getting our groove here on TikTok before TikTok goes away, Lord. We're streaming on 2 other platforms. We're on YouTube under BlackWomenInGrants.com. Just spell out the DOT. So when TikTok goes away, we'll be on YouTube Live. So come and stream with us there. I invite you. Sandra has a vending machine business, hooked up with a company, but did it turn out? Okay. Sandra, what do you need a grant for? Talk to me in the chat. What do you need a grant for? Anybody else want to tell me about your business? I'm all ears. I have created this safe space right here on TikTok, right here on Facebook, right here on YouTube for us to chat as Black women with for-profit small businesses. Those of you who would like to find, apply for, and win grants. You don't have to be a nonprofit. For-profits can win grants as well. And so keep that in mind. Okay, you need them for vending machines. So if I said, how much in grants do you need, Sandra? What would you put? Y'all put your numbers in the chat as well. Hello, Vayez. Is it Vayez or V-Eyes? Hey, girl. Welcome. Let's see. Put in the chat either what you do in your business, that business that you're trying to win a grant for. And by the way, if you have multiple businesses, that's okay. Just choose the first one you want to get grants for, okay? Just prioritize it a little bit and let me know. Because what that means is you'll know which one to talk to the grant about. They only want to know about one idea at a time. So tell me about that one idea. I did mention that you don't have to be a nonprofit to win a grant. You also don't need a grant writer. Okay, so if anybody's trying to sell you their quote unquote grant writing services, we don't use that in the for-profit space. So I'm here to tell you all about the money that we do win. It's over in the for-profit arena with foundations, organizations, corporations, and associations. So think of the big banks. Hey, Andrea Battle, how are you? Or is it Andrea? I'm Andrika, so I get called all of that. Welcome, girl. So think of the Bank of Americas, the Goldman Sachs, the Region Banks, the Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Office Depot, Office Max, FedEx, UPS. This is where our money resides. These are the names that have been on my checks. My background, I have won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. Over at BlackWomenInGrants.com, I have a mentorship program with over 600 students in it right now. I'm so excited. And they have now won almost $500,000 within the last few months. And so you're welcome to come join us there, get my help on winning these grants. So let's start out talking about your business, what it is first, and what these grants look for in your business. So V-Eyes, thank you, girl. She told me how to pronounce it, has a t-shirt business. What kind of t-shirts? Like graphic tees. I got on my Pepsi shirt today. It's so cute. What kind of tees? Family reunion shirts. What are they called? Sorority and fraternity shirts. What kind of t-shirt do you make, girl? Or just any kind? Caring Hands says hello. Hi, Caring Hands. She says I have a home care agency and I need help with adding on services. What kind of services you want to add on? And suite rent. Huh. We're going to talk more about that. Okay. Katisha. Is that how you say it? Let me know. You got to put it hooked on funny style in the chat for me. Say, hey, sorry, this may be a little off topic, but do you know any possible sites for Black students? You can just Google it. Yeah, because all we talk about here is being a Black woman with a for-profit small business. And so, yeah, just go to Google real quick, see what pops up, and let me know what you find. Sandra says 10,000 will help. Okay, Sandra. So I know you said you needed a grant for your vending machines. What would you spend that money on? As far as, okay, you got the vending machines. Now what? What else would you spend it on? Tell me more. EMC Greg says joining. Thank you. What are you joining, EMC Greg? Let me know. Positive affirmation. Okay, VIs, catch me up. What are we talking about? Hello, Queen BJ. How are you? Grants for salons. So there are grants for any type of business you can think of, and I can help you see which ones you should be applying for. And so I need to know more about your business. So, yes, there is a grant for your business, regardless of what you do. But you got to tell me what that business is so I can help you. Oh, okay. You make positive affirmation t-shirts. Thank you, girl. I'm like, now where do we leave off in our conversation? Okay. Positive affirmations. I like it. Cool. So what would you use your grant for? Talk to me real quick. Anyone else want to either tell me about your business or tell me what you could use a grant for, or tell me how much you need? Let's talk about it. I'm all ears over here. So we got a little time to spend together. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women for-profit small businesses find, apply for, and win grants. And so the winning process starts on this live. Like you just being here, chatting with me gets you one step closer to winning your next grant. We have one of our grant winners here right now. Her name is Tay. Hey, Tay Drive. She's in New York. She's a swim instructor. She teaches little black and brown kids how to swim, drowning prevention, water safety. She also trains and certifies lifeguards and swim instructors. And she's now won over 35,500 doll hairs. Okay. And more coming. Tay don't play. That's your new slogan, Tay. Tay don't play. You're joining me because my other coaches say, Dr. AJ, don't play. MJ says, hi, I love your content. Been following you for a while. I don't have a business, but I will. You sure will. What kind of business would you have, MJ, if you could choose today and get it funded to get it started? What would be that business? Author Maddie says, hi, I'm an author. Hi, Maddie. Said I sell books, t-shirts, tumblers, and journals. What kind of books? And which one do you want to get funded first, or is it like a package deal? Let me know. VIs also wants to use her grant for a website. Got it. Queen B says, congrats, Tay. You said we need 10K to complete building out full technology to create immutable record keeping. Okay, so that sounds really fancy. But if I didn't know you, and all I had in front of me was a piece of paper, and you writing that to say why you need a grant, and I'm like, oh, she needs $10,000 to complete building out full technology to create immutable record keeping. That would mean absolutely nothing to me. So act like we've never met. And I'm 2 years old. And I'm like, tell me what you do, ma'am. Talk to me like I'm 2. What does all that mean? MJ says, not sure, but I've helped people win grants before. Okay. Now, when it comes to winning grants, a lot of people like to know what grants you've won. Like, people are so nosy. They will Google you. They will, like, people tell me this is what they do with me. I'm like, I can tell you where to go on Google to get my track record. But yeah, they want to know what grants you've won for yourself. Like, we have a nonprofit grant writer in our mentorship. She had been winning grants for other people as well. But she was like, wait a minute. I want to start winning some of this money for me. So now she's won over $86,000 for herself and her business. So they definitely check your track record as to what you've been able to do successfully for others. But when it comes to teaching someone how to do something, people are going to want to know how you've done it for yourself first. So that's just a heads up, 7-Up. EMC says blockchain. That still does not mean anything to me. Tell me more. Author says right now I have 2 memoirs out and working on the 3rd. So which out of the t-shirts, the tumblers, or the books, if you could get a grant today, like I know a grant for authors, would being an author be the first thing you want to get a grant for? Or would it be your t-shirts or your tumblers? Like, just choose one idea and let's talk through that, because that's what grants are going to want to know about. They're going to want to know, which of these businesses could you use a grant for first? Okay. Said my books are. Okay. Good morning, Miss Jones. You want it to be for your books. Okay, so let's break that down. So I got a grant that I've won recently coming up. I'll share more details about it. But we're tying it into like an event, and the event is going to cover books. It's going to cover workbooks. It's going to cover printouts at the event. It's going to cover little things like that. So tell me more about how you would spend a grant as an author. Let's walk through that process, because instead of just saying, I want a grant for this and I want a grant for that, let's like fine tune it. Let's break it down into parts. Hello, Lorraine Marshall. How are you, my dear? Welcome. If you're just joining us, good morning. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. Hallelujah. That's our jingle. I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So talk to me in the chat. Let's talk about how you can win. Over at BlackWomenInGrants.com, BlackWomenInGrants.com, I have a mentorship that has a scholarship available for you to come join me and get me as your mentor for the next 6 months. These next 6 months are going to be off the chain, y'all. So get ready. Lord have mercy. You said not enough space here to describe blockchain. So if it takes you more characters or spaces that you have on TikTok to talk about what you do, you're not ready to apply for a grant. Because a grant is the same way. They're going to say in 500 characters or less. And a character is every letter you type, every space you type, every punctuation, period, comma, exclamation point, number. If you can't fit it into that block, you get these little red numbers. It starts going into the negative. That means you're overdrawn in the space that you need. You're talking too much. It's taking you too long, and we're going to skip you. So you may not be ready for a grant. And that's okay. You can take time to figure that out. If you want to talk in simple terms to where someone who's not in your industry can understand what you do and still write you a check, I'm happy to walk with you through that. But if you think it's too much, too technical, hey, it's up to you. Sandra says, I scrolled up upon your live stream. Have to leave. Do you live stream again and often? How often? I'm on live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And I come on Saturdays for fun when I get bored. So thank you for joining us. Follow the page. It should notify you when we're live again. So in the chat, ladies, you're telling me what you do in your business. What do you do in that business that you need a grant for, my dear? Grants are free money, by the way. It's not a loan. You don't have to pay it back. You can get it as a for-profit. It's debt-free, meaning there's no interest. They're not checking your credit. You don't have to give any type of collateral. You don't have to give up a portion of your company. And finally, you don't have to beg mama and them. Do a little crowdfunding, a little crowdsourcing, and now you got an attitude because mama and them won't support your little business, okay? Vern says, hi, I have a consulting LLC. Congratulations, Vern. Said, I am building a community garden at church. How cute. I love it. Said, I like a grant for $35K. Tell us more about what you're going to do with the $35K. Let us know. So again, this is for Black women for-profit small business owners. EMC says, where can I go to have a deeper conversation? ChatGPT to tell it to help you to tone down, shorten how you describe what you do. That's it. Like for me, I won't listen. I only want to know what you can fit in TikTok. Everything else, you gonna have to change it. Like you don't have to convince me. I ain't the check writer, but I'm telling you what the check writers tell me. They want you to use all the space that they allow, but they want you to get to the point. So if you can't explain it in the space that they give, you just got to skip applying for grants. Like it's that simple. I don't want to have a deeper conversation about nothing. I can barely fit what's in my brain. But if you can get to the point, I can point you in the right direction for a grant. Good morning, Vicky. Welcome back. Queen B says, so how does this work? So how this works is you're on live with me. I've won over $1 million in grants, and I have a community of 600 women over at BlackWomenInGrants.com who have won $500,000 within the last year. They started winning grants by showing up on the live, asking me questions, and coming to join our community, following the steps that I walk them through. And then they show back on the live, like Tay, who's on here with us right now, saying, hey, I just won another grant. So that's how that works. So if you put in the chat what you do, just walk me through it simply. What do you do? Make it plain. If I got questions, I'm going to ask. And then if you decide you want to start looking for grants, grants are available regardless of what type of business you have. Author says, I want a grant to help fund my author copies. You mean the $2 author copies on Amazon? Let me know. I'm a 17-time author as well, so I know the system inside and out. I just joined the authors program again as well. I'm like, why? I don't even need this, but it's accountability, I guess. I'm working on book number 4 that I got coming out at the end of this month, actually. Here's her cover. She's so cute. She's called Ask. ASK is a 3-point grant winning formula if you want to start winning grants on a higher level. So, for example, when my mentees join our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com, they often want to know, well, how long will it take me to win a grant? Everybody has that question. And I'm like, give yourself about 90 days when you start learning how grants work, what they are, what they're not, how to avoid scams, because scammers be scamming. So y'all be careful out there. No grant, none, no legit opportunity is finding you here on social media in your inboxes. Be careful of that. So if you get messages, or if you get tagged in somebody's comments, even on lives, they about to get you, girl. So be careful, because how they know you? How they know you need a grant? So anyway, make sure you're applying for legit opportunities. Grants are available now. For me, I vet the grant opportunities that my clients get access to. We have a list of grants that come out at the top of the month every month. Our list for what is this? August, September will be out next week. So we have it put together by a professional. She's been doing this for years now. She's funded by Bank of America, and we did a chat with her recently to see, where she got all this information. I've won 3 of the last few grants she sent me. So y'all forgive me, I'm adjusting my fan because I'm hot, but I'm gonna start coughing too. So let me know what other questions. I forgot what else we were talking about. Okay, you said you want to host book events. Got it. Who was I watching? I was watching something about book launches recently. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. EMC says she's willing to learn. That's what it takes. Queen B, what's your business? She said, oh, okay. Katina says, hi, I design my shirts and Crocs and party favors. Shirts, Crocs, and party favors. Okay. So is this like an all-in-one business? Are they different businesses? Let me know. And if they're different businesses, which one do you want to get funded first, Katina? Lorraine says, I help. Oh, wait, Lorraine is graying you out. I don't even know why TikTok does this at this point. Get off here. Lorraine says, I help youth sports groups generate an uncapped cash flow through fundraising. I like it. Is it uncapped or untapped, Lorraine? I've been thinking about that. I really want to understand more about your business. I know we spent 13 weeks together, but child, it went to like the last few weeks that I really started understanding what other people did. I'm in a new program now. It's 50 of us, and we did little breakout rooms. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to understand everybody's business from the beginning. I don't want to go like a whole 3 months and be like, now what now? So let me know more, Lorraine. And then talk to me more about the youth sports groups, because I don't have kids. I'm auntie of the year sometimes when I want to be. It's very rare. But what does that mean for these babies? Okay. Burns says we're building a secure greenhouse, dirt, garden beds, and supplies. I like it. Tell us more. Why does the church need that? Vern, tell us more. Queen Bee says, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. Okay. Looking for a grant to fund a new salon to provide services to make people feel and look better the inside out. That sounds cute, Queen Bee. However, there probably are other salon owners on here. So what makes you different? Like, what's the standout? Like, if you were to win a grant, what would that help you to do differently? They call that innovation. Like, how are you thinking about this problem, this issue, this service you provide? What makes you different than the salon next door to you, down the street from you, on this live with you, applying for the same grant as you? Tays are I sure did winner. Katina says, I would love to join your community. Go to blackwomeningrants.com, Katina. Claim the scholarship prize that is available right now. I just won a grant this week. Top of this week. I won a grant, and it's going to help us fund the scholarship seats that we're offering today. So if you join today, you get the scholarship prize plus the bonus I'm about to share with you guys in just a moment. The bonus is only available to the first person to join us in our Grant Game mentorship program today. And I'll also walk you through what that program looks like. Author says, I want a grant to help fund. Oh, okay. That keeps popping up for some reason. MJ says, congratulations, Dave. You said, thank you for the explanation. Just came to the live late. Welcome. So if you're just joining us, my name is Dr. AJ Austin. I'm founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. And I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So we won about $500,000 over the last few months. And when I jump on the lives, it's to have a conversation with you guys about what you do, what you need grants for. So this is our safe space to share as Black women. So from the moment you enter the live, any topic is on the table concerning your business and grants. Get your questions answered, get some coaching, and get the opportunity, the offer, the invitation to come join us in our mentorship to work deeper on winning these grants. Because it's not enough to just learn about them. A lot of people are interested, curious, just want to know, been meaning to look it up, want to do their research. But there are women who are super serious because they've had these ideas in their head. They've been praying over their businesses. They've been wanting to know more about grants so that they can take their next steps. And so that's what this is. So the more questions you ask, the more we can engage and get you the help you need. And I can point you to the right resources that I have experience with personally. So I play 4 different parts of what we call the grant game. And grants are a game because there are winners and lessons to learn if you didn't win one yet. And so I'm on the applicant side. I still apply. I'm on the awardee side. I still win. I just won this week. I'm on the, what is my other one? I'm an advisor to grant check writers. So I'm on Zoom calls. I'm in conversations. I'm part of research studies now where they're trying to figure out how to get more money to Black women, for-profit small business owners, because we are 80% of the buying power as women. In our households, we're making these money moves, and they're like, let's pour back, because they know we'll pour back eventually once we get to where we want to be in our business. So, and I've actually heard that from grant check writers and grant check writing influencers. Okay. So I'm having those conversations on the advocate side, and then on the advisor side, and then I'm an advocate for you as a Black woman for-profit small business. I study grants. I study the process, and I'm a nerd, child. I'm very Maud, as my nephew used to say. He couldn't pronounce his S's. So I'm Maud, Auntie and Maud, okay? So I'll share with you guys what I know. I have a desk full of notes that I wish I could just bleed out on the screen. So that's why I write so many books. That's why I have our mentorship program where I've shared everything that's up here, put it on paper, giving you templates and a step-by-step hand-holding walkthrough process of how to find these grants for yourself, how to apply, and how to win them. Because again, you're ready to win. You don't just want to talk about it. You're ready to be about it, okay? Queen Bee says, provide all beauty services, hair, skin, makeup, waxing, threading, manicure, and pedicures. I love it. So you have to still talk about, why is that needed? I need to go get my eyebrows threaded right now. I'm gonna wait though. I ain't got no special event plan. I like to go when I got something coming up, so it'll be fresh. I don't care right now. I just let them grow out. I like for them to get thick. Katina says, yes, ma'am, all in one and funding for t-shirts. And this is for the positive affirmation t-shirts, Katina. If so, tell me more about why people need positive affirmation t-shirts. I don't know. Talk to me in the chat, y'all. Author says 100 copies for me costs over $250. Got it. So that's what you want to use your grant for. Cool. Anything else, author, that you can think of that you would use your grant for? Hello, Sonia. How are you? Good morning, Sincere. Queen says, I'm a one-stop shop providing hair, makeup, nails, skincare, waxing. Okay, I read all that. Sincere is a business consultant and tarot reader. Got it. Which business are you looking to win a grant for, Sincere? I know, Tay, my brain, girl, you grow. It'd be a lot going on. I'm trying to remember when I win again. Vern says we have the largest food party in our county. Is it food party or food pantry? Let me know. We want to grow in. Okay, you're talking about the garden. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. We want to grow and provide healthy veggies now. Why are healthy veggies now important to your food? I'm gonna just assume that's pantry. And why are you the one to grow it? That's what a grant is going to ask. So I'm asking you questions that a grant is going to want to know. VI says, love that. I can't even remember what I said, girl. So thank you, whatever we was talking about. I'll be forgetting real quick. So that's why I'm like, y'all got to respond quick. Like, let's talk. Flower Lover says, would love to get a grant for a food pantry. Got it. We got 2 food pantries on here. But grow and have more fresh vegetables being in a rural. Got it. So I'm assuming you want a grant for your food pantry to grow healthy options, as you said, vegetable options. And tell me why that's needed. Let me know. Queen says, thanks, because I didn't think that far as to what they'll be asking. Girl, they get in your business. Let me find one of the grants that I won recently. I try to keep pulled up the application. So let's see. And I always lose it in all these tabs I got open, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. But y'all keep talking to me. Oh, here it is. Look at me. Go me. And let me figure out how to download it and share it with y'all. Keep talking to me about your business. What do you do, Black woman, for-profit, small business owners? Tell me about that business that you want to win a grant for first, especially if you do multiple things or you got multiple businesses. Let's pick a side of the business you want to get funded. Let me know. So if you are new here, I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants, regardless of if you're in the startup phase or if you've already started the business. You can win a grant by yourself. You don't got to hire nobody to do this for you. You don't need a grant writer. You can do it, and I can help you. So talk to me about what you do. Tell me what you could use a grant for. You can even put how much in a grant you want to win. Over at blackwomeningrants.com, I'm about to walk you guys through our mentorship process because a lot of you need more hand-holding, more accountability, and want me as your mentor, and I'm happy to do it. LaJean says, I need to open a laundromat. Do you need to open a laundromat, or does your community need a laundromat? That's the question you got to ask. Grants don't care about us. I've had a grant tell me that. It ain't even about you. They barely knew my name, but they know the work that I do. They know that I help Black women win grants. They care about y'all. So think about your community. Think about the people that the laundromat would serve. Tell us about them. What do they need? Is it a need in your community for that? And if so, how do you know? Like, is there not enough? I watched a lady win a grant recently for a laundromat. She has the coolest idea. And she's won multiple. I'm watching her journey. She pops up in grant opportunities that I'm a part of. She won a small business pitch competition for her laundromat specifically. So here's some of the questions that we'll find on the laundromat. The laundromat. I'm still on that. Sorry. On the grant application. They're going to say business description. Now, they want to know like your business name. They're going to want my brain, girl. I'm trying so hard today. They're going to want to know your business name. And they're going to want to know what product or service you provide, but they're like, describe it. Don't just list it out. They say describe. Describe means give me details. Don't give me slogans and paint the picture, sis. Put me in one of your t-shirts. Put me in the laundromat. Why do I want to drive across town and come visit or call you to come pick my stuff up? Like, help me. Describe that thing to me. They want to know your I'm finna slow down. I get excited and tongue-tied as well. Oh, Lorraine, there's your other comment. It's hiding in TikTok block jail. They're gonna say describe your customer. I'm literally reading from this grant I just won for $6,000. They say business description. So when I'm asking y'all what y'all do, this is what they're looking for. So they want your business name. They want the products and service you provide to be described. They want you to describe your customer. None of y'all have really talked about your customers. So that's what I'm trying to get y'all to, because they're like, describe us. So Queen B, talk about that customer that's experiencing that hair loss from alopecia. I see you. Talk about the customer who needs every single service that you offer. Talk about the people that are coming to our 2 food pantries. Who are they? Where are they from? Why do they have a need for your product or service? And then talk about how your business, whatever you sell, t-shirts, tumblers, journals, books, vegetables from the pantry, garden at the church. Talk about the problem that your business is solving, and then talk about the value that you're bringing. So, like, without this, homeless people wouldn't get to eat. Without this, some child from a low income, single family, or single parent home is hungry right now. They might not get to eat till Monday when they get to school on the free lunch program. Talk about the need for people, and we get a lot of estheticians, cosmetologists, beauticians in the beauty industry. There are grants in the beauty industry, by the way. We have Ashley Rankin. She has an organic skincare line. She just won a $10,000 grant from L'Oreal last year for her skincare line. They were looking for 40 Black-owned businesses to give $10,000 to. So L'Oreal had like a $500,000 budget to pour into anybody that was in the beauty industry. Hair, nails, skin, you name it, they funded it. Okay, so Ashley has now won over 42K. She's in our mentorship. And so if you could talk about the value it delivers, what they're getting out of it because your business exists, how the people who need your product and services are benefiting because you're offering this product or service, and how a grant is going to help you do it even greater. So let's talk about that. Queen Bee says, okay, I love this info. Yeah, and y'all are welcome, because y'all just be like, where the money? Can I get a grant? How I win? What's the magic word to get them to write me the check? Girl, I'm trying to tell you, you got to listen, though. You got to get this education, okay? Learn it. Learn you something. So, your business name, the product or service described that you offer. That's why I say, you can use as much space as the grant allows to describe what you need the grant for and what your business does. But they also going to be like, okay, but describe it in 500 characters. Like, get to the point. They're also going to want, and this is just one question. So they're like, give us your business name, give us the product or service description, give us your customer description, give us how you're helping them as far as the problem that you're solving, talk about the value you're delivering, and then talk about the area your business operates in. So instead of saying rural areas, give us the city, give us the state, give us the population, give us the underserved, minority, low income, seniors, students, graduates, immigrants. Y'all see how this works? I'm just saying. That's how this works. So let's walk through what that could look like for you to get help with this, because it does take thinking. It is a process that you want to get right, because a lot of people say, I don't know what to put on the application. It's overwhelming. It's only overwhelming if you're trying to do this on your own and you're guessing at it, okay? But I have perfected a system called the Grant Game. And GAME stands for Grant Application Mentorship for Entrepreneurs. And so what it is, hi, Michelle. We on TikTok, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot to look down on Facebook. I got my tripod here so I can pull y'all up higher so I can see y'all at the same time. Because I just be talking to TikTok because that's where we at. They be the only ones talking to me, so that's who I be looking at. But anyway, over at blackwomeningrants.com, you're going to get a chance to walk through my signature system for winning grants. And so this is for future grant winners who want to learn how to play the grant game. And it's how Black women with for-profit small businesses are winning money to start their business. So if that's you, you're in the right place. So I teach this as a part of the grant application process, or GAP, G-A-P, and it's going to walk you through how to complete these grant applications with confidence. Some of y'all answers are okay, but they could be a lot better if you want to start winning grants. And so you can see a lot of our grant winners, like Victoria, who won $4,500 in incubator and accelerator scholarships. And what that means is there are different levels of payouts with grants. So you can get the checks in the mail. You can get the deposits in your business bank account. You can also win scholarships, sponsorships, partnerships, contests, giveaways, bursaries, you name it. Grants come in different funds. And so she won scholarships that paid her tuition to go through two business training and development programs. for her business, to get her finances together and to get her business in order, because grants are going to want to know, have you sat with yourself and maybe a professional to think through your business model? And in 500 characters or less, tell us about that business. And so you got to show, you don't need a business plan to apply for a business grant, but you do need to know where your business is headed. So everything we just talked about that the grant is asking you, your business name, your product and service, the value to deliver, that you deliver, your customers and clients, you got to be able to talk about that. They don't want a lecture series. They don't want an education. They don't want you to quote unquote go deeper, or who is that? EMC talking about having a deeper conversation. They're not going to read through that. They have thousands of applications. I just did a 2-hour call with a grant check writer either this week or last week. It's running together at this point. But she said she had 1,600 applicants for one $5,000 grant. So you gotta stand out. And she said at this point, everybody's sounding alike. Everybody using the same words. Everybody think they're getting away with it using ChatGPT. She's like, girl, I know y'all use ChatGPT. This ain't your original idea, Skip. I said, well, so you can see what it's like to actually win grants with your original thoughts, by getting help fleshing out your business idea, and by learning how to talk about what you do in a way that a grant is going to write you a check. Brittany just won her first $15,000 small business pitch competition 90 days into our mentorship program. And she applied like fresh out to the mentorship. She stood on stage for 5 minutes and walked away $15,000 richer. And she didn't even have a job at that time. So she was on here with us live recently, telling us the updates. She owns a commercial kitchen in Virginia, and she's about to open her kitchen soon. I'm so excited for her and having that grant to back her. So we offer the Grant Game mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And for a one-time payment of $197, it gives you 6-month access to our self-study course. It's going to let you learn at your leisure, hands-free, on the go, unlimited access to me via email. By the way, I was talking to somebody at 1 o'clock this morning. I was like, what are we doing up? But we were talking. So I am available 24/7 via email, not just send me your questions. I'll get back to you. I was up on TikTok scrolling, so that's how I could talk to her. But anyway, I'm available. So you get that unlimited access, as well as learning from those in our mentorship who are winning grants, like Tay, who is here with us right now. My favorite part about the program is just hearing from our winners. I told y'all about Ashley, who is our organic skincare line owner. She won the $10,000 L'Oreal grant. She won a $2,000 grant from McDonald's. I didn't even know McDonald's gave grants, but Ashley found that money. And so she is winning. She's winning. Tay wins consistently. Tay won the $5,000 Lenovo technology upgrade grant. She got a new Bapurda, as my niece used to call computers. Babies are so cute when they're young and can't talk right. I love stuff like that. So her new Bapurda system, she got a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, a Fitbit. She was running out of space to put stuff. At least that's what she told me. Okay. And so now she is upgraded with how she can run her business courtesy of Lenovo. And she also is our small business pitch champ, the reigning champ. She can stand on any stage, give us 60 seconds, and she walking away with some. What Brother Denzel say? I'm leaving here with something. That's Tay. Tay is the Denzel of small business pitches. So she's won a 60-second pitch for $1,000. That plus a new printer. She won the $5,000 Lenovo grant. She won a $5,000 small business pitch. She just won $3,500 pitching in another business. She won $200 pitching for fun, for play. And she about to get another $5,000 check coming up. So Tay don't play. I told y'all that earlier, right? Flower Lover says, we'll serve the elderly and disabled community. The need is to provide meals to the table. Got it. It says you're in the Mississippi area. Okay. So these are some of the things that you need to talk through to the grant. There are 25 secrets to finding and securing small business grants and grant funded opportunities for Black women with for-profit small businesses. I put it in one of my books here. This was the first book I wrote for y'all. It's called Finding Funding. And it's all about how to find and secure debt-free money as a Black woman with a for-profit small business. And so in it, I share things like the things that a grant can cover, because sometimes y'all don't know. Like, I got so much stuff here just surrounding my desk. Even the water bottle I'm drinking out of today was covered by a grant. So it's little stuff, but it's also big things, because I know some of y'all want like buildings and trucks and land, and you got big dreams, and it's possible. Even Tay has a dream of her own pool to teach the kids out of. So all of that is possible. So I give you a list to start thinking through, like, oh, I don't know if I could go for that. And then going into the questions that they will ask you. So we just walked through like one question that's on every small business grant application, just describing your business. If you can't get past number one, you don't have to worry about the others. And there are 27 frequently asked questions that you're going to see on every small business grant application. I don't know if y'all have ever taken like a personality test where they really ask you the same question in a different way. That's what grants are. They're going to ask you the same question in a different way, depending on what grants you're applying to. And you want to know how to answer those questions every time. So I feature some of my grant winning answers. Like, there's literally a copy of a grant that I won. My application is in the mentorship. And you can see how I answered the questions. You can see where I emailed them to say, what made y'all write me that check? You can see how they said, scoot over, you don't matter. The people that you help, girl, that's why we gave you that money. We like what you're doing. So you got to start talking about the people that you're serving, your community, your customers, your clients, and talking through that process on your application versus, can I get a grant for my business? Okay. So I'm trying to teach y'all the softer approach. Hey, April, she says she's new here. Welcome. Anyone else new here just joining us for the first time? Put new in the chat. Vicky says, how do I join? It's over at blackwomeningrants.com. Vicky, I think you were here with us the other day. We have one scholarship available on a first come, first serve basis. If you join us today during the live, not only do you get the scholarship price of $197, come join us in the mentorship program. You get a call with me. 90 minutes to sit on the phone, chat with me about your business, and tell me what you do. Tell me what you need a grant for, and we'll talk through which grants you should be applying for. Hi, Black Queen. Welcome back. Should I take me and Denzel? I know that's right. So in the chat, you're telling me more about what you do. Hello, Brenda Allen. Is this our coach, Brenda Allen? It's one of my coaches over in my coach training program. Let me know. What questions can I answer for those of you who are hanging out with us? Any questions so far? No? Okay. I know a Brenda Allen that I trained. She's a former police officer. I like Miss Brenda. So I was making sure you won her. I ain't seen her in a minute. Any questions just based on what we've talked about? Even if you just joined the conversation, let me know. We talked about being careful not to get scammed out here in these streets, because a lot of people are saying, oh, just pay me and I could apply for a grant for you, or I can guarantee you a grant. No grant is guaranteed, by the way. The only thing that's guaranteed is if you don't apply for a grant, you ain't got to worry about winning that grant. The only thing is guaranteed as well is if you can't properly describe what you do and talk about who you serve, you ain't got to worry about winning no grant, okay? That's about the only thing that's guaranteed. So I encourage you to bet on yourself and learn the skills of applying for grants, making sure that when they're asking you simple things like, for 60 seconds on video, hit record, talk about your business, answer all the questions that they just asked you on this application. Vern says, I just got a solicitation message on TikTok for a grant. It's not, baby. That's a scam. I don't care what nobody tell you. It's a scam. Don't get me started, child. We got a whole session in the mentorship where I really go in. And so you got to be prepared. You got to know what to watch out for. So there are 25 signs of a scam. And we walk through that in the mentorship. Yep. Right. It was that quick. Some of them are on the live with us right now. So if anybody's in your inbox, I don't care if they saying they know me or they are me. I don't care if they sending you a fingerprint saying we got a fingerprint, child. It's not me, baby. I'm asleep somewhere scrolling TikTok. So anyway, be careful. My mentorship is over at blackwomeningrants.com, where you get me. That's why I show up on live. So notice also the people that you're learning about grants from. How accessible are they? This is me, not a robot yet. Give me a minute. Let's figure that out. Then I could be asleep while the robot on him. Um, but be careful, okay? Make sure that who you're learning from, they've won grants themselves. It's a complete, you know how like you can help other people, but you can't help yourself. You want somebody that can help themselves. Because it's not, that's like me trying to tell you I have a baby, how to have a baby. I ain't never had no baby. I've been horrified from videos I've seen, but child, I can't tell you what that experience is like. You want somebody that's done had to pray and cry their way through something, okay? That's me with grants, okay? We can talk about that. I can tell you the labor pains of birth and the grant application, okay? So make sure you're getting people who are doing this for themselves, not just saying, because you can lie. People out of time. Um, and then one of my coaches taught me that people also are stealing testimonials and stories of other people. So sometimes, whoever they're saying they're helping, shut them people don't know them. So be careful. That's all. Tell you, don't get me started. I can tell you some things, okay? But when it comes to winning grants, you want to learn from like real life case studies and right ideas, terminology. People come on my lives and literally steal the words out of my mouth. And next thing I know, I see videos with them using my words. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I remember God waking me up at 3 a.m. with that word. So I know what I've heard before. So anyway, I use myself as well as my clients. That's what my other book is about, Black Women in Grants. I wrote this book earlier this year, walking through my clients, not just who I help, but my story. So my story is in this book. I've been winning grants since I was 9. I've won over $1 million. My client stories are in this book, and I really break down how we're winning. That's why I say you want to learn from people who are winning, because if you won now, you don't know. If you haven't had that experience, how can it be taught, right? So that's what I put in our books and in our mentorship, blackwomeningrants.com, like how to win grants and scholarships and competitions and contests and giveaways and bursaries and partnerships and sponsorships. And yeah, walking you through my journey, how I got started winning my first 6 figures in business funding in less than 6 months starting out. He said, that's the cost of the oil. Yeah. He woke you up with it. He said, okay, we all grants. Yeah, you have to be careful. I was talking it out last night. And yeah, that's it right there. It's the anointing. You can't duplicate that, but people will try. I'm like, be careful. Touch not. So yeah. So just make sure you're learning from those with experience. Because you can't fake that, So there's that. What questions can I answer for you guys? Those of you hanging out with me. We're talking about your business as a Black woman with a for-profit small business. We're on our website over at blackwomeningrants.com. I'm also live on YouTube. We're walking through my website over at blackwomeningrants.com. I'm telling y'all about the Grant Game Mentorship Program. We have 600 ladies in our mentorship. Hi, Janine. Or Jeanne. I'm sorry. I thought that was Janine. We have a Coach Janine in our program. If you're new here, put in the chat what you do in your business, in the business that you would like to win a grant for. Vern, all 3 of the books are on the website as well. So we didn't talk about that yet, but they're in a bundle. Oh, I didn't show you my other book. Hold on. So she's not out yet. I think I'm going to save her too for my masterminders. I think so, because honey, it's good. The Grant Game mentorship is the Grant Game book is what you want. This is a companion piece to the mentorship, and it walks you through the formula for winning grants consistently, like Tay is doing. Because once you get the hang of it, it's smooth sailing. You're learning along the way, but you're getting better with every application you put in. So all 3 of the books are in a bundle over at blackwomeningrants.com as well, in addition to the mentorship and our monthly membership, where I meet with y'all once or twice a month live on Zoom and walk you through the grant application process. So if you're joining the conversation and you want to ask, we got an in-person coming up in November. Don't tell nobody yet. I'm throwing in free tickets for the first person to join me in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com during the live. Or if you buy the book bundle while I'm on the live, I'll throw in a free ticket. I'm putting together an event right now in partnership with Google. Yep. So I got to get all the details of what they require of me, but we will be having an event this year. I'm in Atlanta, Hazel. Where are you? What else did I want to tell y'all? Hold on. Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing now. So what we've been talking about is what you do in your business, what you could use a grant for. You can tell me how much you need in a grant. What else? That's pretty much it. That's topic of conversation. And I can help point you in the right direction. What questions y'all got about anything we've talked about so far? And I'm also walking you through our website over at blackwomenandgrants.com, talking about what's in our mentorship program. You said, I swear Atlanta has all the good stuff. I'm in Trash Cali. Our event may be virtual. I just found out they might let me get away with a virtual event. We'll see. We'll see. I'm supposed to host it live, but if I can sit right here, we might all be on Zoom together, okay? So that way more of you guys can come, unless you just want to fly here to Atlanta. Most people like Tay, she on here, so I can talk about her. They want to come to Atlanta. And I love when y'all come to my city and enjoy yourself. Go enjoy yourself. I'm going to be in the house taking a nap, but y'all have fun, yeah? And then tell me about it. So that's me, the party animal, okay? So yeah, fingers crossed. They let me host it online. And they will sponsor your seats. So not only are you getting a scholarship to go through my mentorship program, you're also getting a front row seat, whether it's virtual or in person here in Atlanta. And that's the bonus, plus the bonus call with me. That's for the first person who joins us today, either purchasing your ebook bundle, your grant book bundle, or join us in our mentorship or membership program. What other questions can I answer for you guys? Thank you, AFS Incorporated and Associates, for your roses. Appreciate it. Y'all also make sure you follow this page. We're Black Women in Grants, all lowercase, all one word. And turn your notifications on for when we go live. And hopefully TikTok and YouTube and Facebook will let y'all know. Oh no, though. They'll be slipping sometimes. I need to put my little emergency packet in my water. Get my vitamin C for the day. Any other questions about grants? Has anyone started looking for grants? Let me know. Has anyone, you're looking for them, but you're also applying for them? Talk about it in the chat. Anybody else want to tell me about your business or what you could use a grant for? Talk about it in the chat. I'm all ears. And this is a safe space where we support Black women talking about business and getting it off the ground, getting it to the next level. Who here is in the startup phase of your business? It's still an idea. Thank y'all for the 7K likes, by the way. I see ya. Appreciate you, girl. But your business is still in the startup phase. You haven't really put out a product or service. You haven't really made money. Just put startup in the chat. Okay, Vicky's in the startup. Anybody in the started phase? You've already started the business. You're making money. You got a product or service out there. Put started in the chat. Just let me know, because that's going to determine the type of grants that you apply to. Vicky says, do you need a LLC? Not necessarily. All grants don't require LLC. Thank you, Vern, for hanging out. Make sure you come join us again, or come and join us in the mentorship. Would love to have you. Help you get that garden out there, okay? What else? Anybody else in the startup? If you're in the startup phase, you should be looking for what's known as startup grants, which are designed to help you get those ideas out of your head. There are a lot of business training programs coming out. A lot of them. I'm in two, not for startups. It's another kind, but there are programs that have already been funded by grants, and they have coaches and trainers and mentors and advisors to sit with you and coax out those ideas that you have about your business, get them on paper, and fund that educational process. Okay, here's what you do next in order to cohesively bring the plan together. So you start building a business plan, if you will. They call it a lean canvas these days, where you can fit all those ideas on one paper. and one page and tell people about the idea and win money for it. And so I advise Black women with new business ideas to go through these programs. They're called incubators. I give you a list of 5 of those in the mentorship program. If you've already started a business and you're like, you know what, I'm kind of stuck, feeling a little like plateaued. I've done as much as I could to grow my business on my own. Now I need help. You need what's known as an accelerator program. Accelerators are the bomb. I enjoy them because they take you from what you've been able to do successfully on your own and they accelerate you to the next level. So you're also getting coaching and mentoring and training and advising, but it's at a different level. And you're in a cohort, a group, a community of other, usually women, usually Black women, who are also building their businesses, who are growing, who you can feed off of, can hold you accountable, give you new ideas, ask you questions, support you, collaborate with you, share resources with you. So I made money from the last accelerator I was in, from doing all of that, collaborating, networking, getting coaching, all that. And you come out with a more refined business process, business idea, and like a plan for your next 12 months, 2 years, etc. And it's important because stuff like that, I would usually pay out of pocket for anyway to go getting around. But you can find that grants have funded programs like that. So I share my 5 favorite programs that can help you get your business to the next level over at blackwomeningrants.com in our mentorship program. Hazel says, hold on, do I have to have my business in good standing to get a grant? When you say good standing, what do you mean? What's good standing? Let me know. Hello, sweetie pie. How are you? With the state fees. What are state fees? I'm not being funny. Everybody operates different. So I know you said you're in Cali. Y'all really different than Atlanta when it comes to, y'all are usually trendsetters in a lot of stuff. But let me know what you talking about with this, because I don't know if I know about that one. We don't have state fees here. There are fees to like incorporate your business. There are fees to what's the other thing? Business incorporation. That's pretty much it. Even your EIN, your employer identification number, is free. You do need that. That's like your business social. So y'all should already have that. What else? Business check account. Those are free, so that they can put your winnings into that account as well. It says, so I don't have a business bank account. I don't have the address no more. Yeah, I mean, what they gonna send you money? Where you gonna cash the check, girl? You gotta have a business bank account. Mm-hmm. And the grant will usually tell you how they pay out, right? So I've seen grants pay out through PayPal. I've seen them pay out through invoices that you submitted. They send you a check. I've seen them send checks in the mail. I've seen them with what they call ACH, where they can electronically deposit the money into your bank account, but they will ask for a business bank account. Yep. Any other questions? Y'all let me know. And if you're just joining the conversation, we're just talking about what do you do in your business. And then this is the business that you could use a grant for. Tell me about that business or that idea, and I can point you in the right direction of resources. So what's a good company for what? The business bank account or something? I don't recommend. Everybody's is different. So you Google it is what I'm trying to say. Because, I don't really, I don't put my stamp of approval on nothing unless they paying me. Just Google it and see what's the best fit for you. I have a credit union. I like it. It works for me. I keep it moving. And you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to go with the big banks. Just choose one. They're free. They online. That's how I found mine. And I've opened several and forgot half of them. I forgot about that bank. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to do that. Plus your EIN are the 2 easiest things to do. So make sure you have that set up because they got to have a place to send the check. If you're just joining us, hey girl, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, helping Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. Over at BlackWomenInGrants.com is the mentorship program we're walking through. Would it help you guys if I could tell you a little bit more about how I can help you win these grants? Like, would that help you so you're not guessing, trying to figure out if this is what you need, and you're like, I wonder how we can work together? Let me know. Just put yes in the chat. I want to walk through a little bit deeper in our mentorship program. Okay, Hazel says yes. Thank you, Hazel. So over at Black Women in Grants, China Doll, thank you, girl. Black Women in Grants, there are 3 options for us to work together. First is the Grant Game Mentorship. Thank you, Ellie. The Grant Game Mentorship is a 6-month program. Thank you, Brenda. In this program, I'm holding your hand, holding you accountable, and walking you through the grant application process. It's simple when you know what to do. And so I've simplified a system called ASK. It's our 3-part formula for how to win a grant. So you're not overwhelmed. You're not trying to figure this out on your own. You're not still questioning, where do I start? I got you. So in the mentorship is the book that I mentioned called Finding Funding. It's here. You get the ebook version. There's also an app that'll read this book to you. And you can listen hands-free, take notes. And in the book, I love it because we talk about how to create a video pitch, because some grants are going to ask you to pitch your business on video. They don't want to hear you, scared to get on camera. You hate the sound of your voice, Tay. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear about your business. Tay is on here. She says that every time she pitches, she wins every time she pitches, but she still uses that as like, I don't like how I don't want to hear it. Get on camera. Here's what to say. And so I teach you that, plus the secrets to finding these opportunities. There are 13 secret places you can go to find grants today. I give you that, plus a list of grants with over $1.2 million in grant funding on the list. I teach you the business lingo, if you will, the secret keywords. What do y'all call, like, the secret language keywords, SEO, to winning a grant? Yes, there are secrets, okay? It's ways you need to be answering these questions. And so I walk you through those secrets, making sure that not only that, but you know what to expect a grant to cover for you and your business. A lot of this is tapping into new ideas that you didn't know a grant could cover. And then I'm walking you through, when a grant asks you this, say this. They're not just asking this. Here's also what they're not saying. And so I get this from conversations with grant check writers where I know this is how they play the game. So grants are a game. That's our Grant Game Mentorship program. And it's walking you through avoiding scams, making sure that you're learning from people who are really winning grants, like myself, and our mentees like Tay and Ashley and Deanna Joy, and Raven DuVernay. Raven has won over $100,000 in grants, and she's a Black woman farmer. And so all of their case studies are in our mentorship. I've interviewed them on videos. And so we're talking through business funding, like grants, scholarships, competitions, contests, giveaways. All of these fall under the grant umbrella, and in addition to the checks in the mail, etc. So I'm walking you through how I got started on my journey to securing over 6 figures in grant funding within a 6-month time frame. And then going through those most frequently asked questions on every small business grant application, plus giving you an actual application that I filled out, that I was graded and scored, because the grant does grade your papers out of 100 points. You get to see my score, see my answers. And then I emailed them and said, well, why did y'all give me this grant? And they told us. And us is me and Jesus, but they told me. And so now they telling us, because I put it in the book, I put it in the mentorship. So now you can learn why grants are really awarding funding. And it ain't all about you. It ain't all about your business. It's about who you're helping. And so we walk through, again, how to avoid scams. We walk through the business funding cycle, because a lot of people want to know, how long does it take to win a grant? And I tell our mentees to give yourselves 90 days from the time you join us in the mentorship. And you're going to be applying for grants during that time, because like I said, it comes with a list of grants on that list. And so it comes out every month. You get access to that. I'm up here clicking stuff, y'all. So me. There are levels to grants, just depending on how serious you want to take them, how much money you want to win. One of the secrets to winning grants is to apply consistently. We call that the AAA method, where you apply. Okay. We also call that grant stacking, where you're applying to multiple grants really at the same time so that your wins can come in back to back. And so I give you this business grant application checklist that also walks you through, like if a grant says, write an essay form, the answer to this question, and you don't freak out. Because a lot of y'all say, I'm not good on paper. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to tell my story. I don't want to give too much information. I don't want to leave anything out. I got you, sis. Here's what to say when you're writing essays. Just look at how I write mine. Get inspired. Don't copy, but get inspired. Okay. So I give you grant writing essay examples, plus how I pitch my business on video, whether it's live on stage, whether it's virtual on like a Zoom pitch competition, or whether it's pre-recorded, how I'm winning these contests and competitions. And then we walk through how to get a grant to respond, because a lot of people say they apply for grants, they don't hear back. I'm going to teach you how to get the answer that you need, teaching you what not to do, and then following the clues of success of people who have won grants. Like I said, I study grant winners. I can tell, here's what they did, here's what they said, here's why they won, here's what the grant said about them, because you also can get featured. We talk about that in the Grant Game ebook, where some grants will reach back and say, hey, we want to fly you out to our studios to be on a podcast, or we want to hop on Zoom and do an interview with you, or we want a testimonial video of you winning this money. So you also got to be prepared after the win. And so there are specific steps for applying for these grants, winning these grants, what to say on these applications, and then learning from grant winners like myself, like our mentees. And again, it's over 600 of you guys in the mentorship. This program is over at blackwomeningrants.com. It is $197 to come join us for the next 6 months. That's one payment. We have Klarna, we have Afterpay, we have Affirm if you need payment arrangements. And I'm giving you guys the bonus of getting a free ticket to my event in November, as well as getting a free call with me as a bonus call. It's a 90-minute call where we'll sit on the phone or sit on Zoom, talk all about your business, why you need grants, what grants you should be applying to. And it's just me and you. So you get that mentorship, one-on-one, that undivided attention with that free call. But you got to be the first to join us during the live today to get the call and the bonus ticket to join our grant event, either live here in Atlanta in November or live online. We're hoping it's online, fingers crossed. So I'm going on in the hood, y'all. Okay. Let's see. I talked about how we have an app that can read our books to you so you can listen and learn hands-free and take your notes. And a lot of people like that, like to listen while they're driving, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're in the shower, on the toilet, whatever you're doing, child. It can be playing and reading to you, okay? I've hosted some events virtually that I share the replay to you that walk you step by step through how to develop a grant winning application strategy. And what that means is you know what you're doing when you're applying to these grants. You're not just praying and spraying is what I call it, where your fingers, eyes, and toes are crossed, hoping that something will stick. Like, I didn't realize it, but a lot of people just like randomly apply to grants and hope they get it. That's not a strategy, girl, especially not a strategy to win. And so I've created some boot camps and master classes and virtual events for you to go back and watch and get the steps to winning grants. And then there's an audio that's walking you through 5 steps, 5 parts of, if you're a startup. That's why I asked, who here is a startup business? If you started, who here's a business that started, because there are 5 steps depending on which category you're in. They call it a business phase that a grant is going to want to know about, and you got to be prepared. So I'll walk you through those 5 steps based on where you are in business, what you should have in order, your digital ducks. So we talked about the EIN, the bank account. One grant this week told me that they're looking for web presence, whatever that means for you. If you don't have a website, you might have like an Etsy shop, or you might choose to use your social medias. So I walk you through what should be on your business social media accounts, etc. Using AI, because that comes up well. How to use AI to apply for grants. It's as simple as plugging something in the chat GPT, it's spitting out an answer and you copying and pasting. A lot of people are doing that. Grants are picking up on that, and you don't win that way. Now, I win using AI on my applications. I told a grant the other day, like, yeah, I use AI. They didn't know. You don't supposed to be able to tell, okay? So I teach you how to do it the way I do it and win. The most I've won on a grant using AI, I was selected for a $50,000 grant opportunity using AI. But my application didn't sound like nobody else's, which is why they chose me. So I share with you how I do it, so you don't have to try to figure it out or guess. And people are mad at me because I won't just, openly share how I do it. How do you know how to do it? Girl, I study this, baby. I'm very mod, okay? So The Big Helper, we did a 3-part compelling storytelling series where if you're like, I don't know what to say on a grant application, I don't know what stories to tell, I don't know like what information to give them, I don't want to leave too much out, I don't want to tell too much, I'm running out of space, what really should I put here? There's a way to tell your story. There's a $50,000 grant that's out there right now for Black women in business. And they have what's called terms and conditions. The terms and conditions are like the official rules of the grant, the regulations, the how do you play this, the restrictions of businesses that don't qualify. They're teaching you how to win their grant. So this $50,000 grant had a 14-page legal process that they must follow according to the state that the grant was founded in. That's why I asked, like, where y'all watching from and stuff, because California rules are different than New York rules, etc. So based on where the grant is, they have to like just lay down the rules to how to win this grant. And so this $50,000 opportunity told us how to tell the story that we tell them. And so once I finished reading the legalese 14 pages later, I came up with a 3-part class that they're telling you, here are the words we want to hear you say, either in your video or on your application. Here's the story that we want you to tell when we ask you to tell your founder's story. So I'll walk you through what that looks like at a $50,000 level. So whether you're applying for $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, regardless of, it really don't matter, regardless of how much money you want to win, there's a way that you should be telling your story. And so to learn it from a $50,000 view, you golden, so you can go out and tell the right stories regardless of how much you're trying to win. And then I give you an action plan for every day for 30 days. Here's what you should be doing. So it's not about finding the time to apply for grants. It's about making the time in your schedule. And the way you make time is to follow a step-by-step process that is working, not just for me, but for others. Senior, I don't give out grant names on here because every business here won't qualify for the same grants based on the type of business you have and whether you've started. So all of this is over at blackwomeningrants.com. Okay. And I help you to learn how to win, not just one grant, but multiple grants. And so we have our here. I've interviewed them. So all of their interviews are in our mentorship, and the mentorship is over at blackwomeningrants.com. So we walk through the storytelling, and that's the great part. Y'all don't have to figure this out because I went in and studied the process for you. And I'm like sharing the cliff notes because a lot of y'all are like, get to the point. So you can have a list of grants. You can have bought a list of grants. You can have Googled some grants, hoping that they're legit opportunities. Be careful. But I've personally vetted these opportunities, going line by line. What does the application look like? What is their application process? What businesses are a great fit? And then sharing them with our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. And so that plus our interviews with our last 10 grant winners, plus our books that walk you through step by step how our last 10 grant winners won their grants. It's literally laying out how to win grants as a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner. And so this is how you make the time to win grants. You're not trying to find time in your schedule to go through the program. The program is only 24 hours of content. So by this time tomorrow, you can be done with the program. It's about learning the skill and mastering it and consistently applying for grants to win them, right? And so without our help, you have, I don't even know the percentage. Most people just spray and pray. Like I said, you just randomly applying for grants, hoping you get it. But the ladies that I teach are getting better and better and better. You start out with a 1 in 10 chance of winning a grant. So if you want to know the odds of winning, really the odds depend on how many people apply for one grant. But we don't worry about that because if you got a really good grant application, your odds are 1 in 10. 1 in 10 is better than 1 in 1,600, which is one of the opportunities that are out there now with a grant. She literally told me this week she had 1,600 people apply. We ain't worried about that at all. We're worried about really none of it because we got a really good grant application strategy. So the last 3 grants I've applied to, I've won. We got some more wins coming up. And again, our ladies in the mentorship are winning as well. So I'm teaching you my strategy for how to do this. So you're not trying to figure this out by yourself because it's not just about pulling up a grant application and just throwing some stuff on there, hoping that it sticks. It's about having a strategy, speaking their language, and actually knowing what you're doing with confidence. Like, that was a good application. That's what my mentees say. Ashley Rankin, she's our organic skincare line owner up in Colorado. She's won $42,000 so far. She won a $10,000 grant from L'Oreal Cosmetics last year. And now when she applies the grant, she emails me like, This is gonna be the best application they've seen. That was a good application. Wait a minute, what you mean I didn't win that? Because that was a really good application. So having that kind of confidence is what makes my heart smile to see you go from like, can I win this? Does this work? Is this a scam? Can I do this by myself? Can you do this for me? Can I pay somebody to do it? To like, no, I did it myself. It was worth it. And then my application was really good. Let me go apply for another one and win. Right. So you want that type of confidence. And that's what comes with joining us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. I share behind the scenes to one of the conversations that I've had with a grant check writer. She had 5 grants for $20,000 each. So they had a $100,000 budget. They were looking for 5 Black women to apply for these grants. And so I took notes during our call and I shared the notes with what that means for you, because a lot more of these opportunities are currently out there and on the table. So you don't want to keep walking away from money, trying to figure this out, trying to like just glean from free information or hoping that it'll work out eventually. You want to learn from people who are winning. And so I shared that plus the 13 secret grant sources that you should be applying to. Like, it's very possible for you to apply for a grant. You can do a grant every day. I did that for 30 days, apply for $500,000 in grants. And that's how I can see, oh, these are the patterns of the ones I win versus the ones I'm going to reapply to better next time. And then I share my lessons learned with you guys. We've also partnered with other programs where you'll receive the link to go apply to 5 of our partner programs. These are small business development and training programs known as the incubators and the accelerators. These are top tier programs. I just graduated one in partnership with New York University Stern School of Business, sponsored by Goldman Sachs. We got a couple of more of our ladies that recently got into that same program, and it's a $25,000 value opportunity where they fly you out to New York and mentor you for 13 weeks, and you graduate the program, and then that name, that stamp of approval, means a lot on future grant applications. So now that's getting you into higher level rooms where funding is being discussed. And so these are programs that I've gone through. I've been through 25 of these different business training and development programs, and I'm teaching you my 5 favorite. Like, it's hard to become one of my favorites, but I recommend the ones that I really, really like. I know that's going to bless your business, whether you're in the startup phase or you've already started. And so these are grant funded opportunities that provide these educational experiences where you get teaching and training and coaching and mentorship. They'll share some like online programs. There's some in-person programs. There's some programs in your community that you don't even know about yet that have funding to walk you through things like your marketing strategy, your business finances, your customer, what they call it, the customer journey, your target market, leadership, and making sure you're doing like really good work in the community as you go out to pitch for grant funding. So if you've never done that type of work, it's really good to marry that into your business where you're winning grants for your business, but you're also giving back to your community at the same time. That's the secret key to winning grants, by the way. So I teach y'all how to do that and then send you our list of grants with over $1.2 million in funding on that list. It comes out at the top of the month every month, and you can go apply for the grants that you qualify for. I've won 3 grants so far off of our list this month. So there's that. And let's see. Oh, the books that I told you about. So one is the Grant Game. We walk you through the ask method, how to ask for the funding, step by step, exactly what to say on your small business grant applications, making sure that you're applying for the right type of grants, because again, every business doesn't qualify for every grant. So you want to make sure you're applying for the grant, the contest, the competition, the giveaway, the bursary, the sponsorship that fits your business. We call that alignment. That's the A in the ASK formula. Hey, Lady B, welcome back. And then finally, there's the Black Women in Grants ebook, where I'm sharing stories and case studies and testimonials from our mentees in the mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. So the Grant Game mentorship, it has your videos, it has your audios, it has your ebooks, it has interviews with grant winners, it has your list of grants. It goes on and on. And as a bonus, I'm available to you via email 24/7. So you can just send me your grant questions, send me applications that you're considering submitting. We'll go through question by question where you're stuck. I ain't gonna read your whole application. I ain't gonna do the work for you, but I will be here for you if you are considering applying for grants, if you want to know if a grant sounds legit, if you want to know if I won that grant or know people who have in our mentorship program. All of that is what's going on in the email conversations. Okay. So that is our Grant Game mentorship program over at www.blackwomeningrants.com. You can get there by clicking the link in our profile right here on TikTok as well. But you can just type it right into your browser, blackwomeningrants.com. Select the mentorship program if you're more hands-off, independent self-study. Or you can come join us in our monthly membership where we meet live on Zoom twice a month. And I get to help you step by step through whatever grants you're looking to apply to, walk you through your pitch if you're doing a small business pitch competition, and talk you through the grant application process, the pitch process, etc. So you get more one-on-one coaching, but in a group setting. Again, the website is blackwomeningrants.com. It is $197 to come join us for the next 6 months. That's it. One-time payment, $197. There is Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there is Affirm. If you need it, it is there. What questions can I answer for you? Did I mention you're going to see all of our grant winners? Tay is there. Brittany is there. Victoria's there. Ashley's there. I'm just looking at their pictures. It just makes me smile to know that these Black women have discovered how to add additional revenue to their business with other people's money. And all it took was a really good application. And it's okay if you don't consider yourself a good writer, a good storyteller. I got you. I'm great at all of that. So I'm like, let me transfer this skill over to you. Borrow a little bit of my faith, a little bit of my skill. I got you, girl. What questions can I answer for those of you who are hanging out and you really could see yourself winning grants for your Black woman owned for-profit small business? I just walked you through the grant application mentorship program for entrepreneurs, aka the Grant Game. This is specifically for Black women with for-profit small businesses that are looking for funding and financial assistance for their business. Medi says she just started a business and she needs a grant. Tell me what you need a grant for. We can walk through that process. That's what we've been talking about for the last hour or so. I've been on here with y'all, hour and a half to be exact. And so I've walked with you through what you do in your business, how to describe it to where a grant would care enough to keep reading. We've walked through that grants are free money. They're not based on your credit. You don't have to pay them back. They're debt-free, interest-free. You don't have to give up a portion of your company. You don't need collateral or a co-signer. We've walked through just getting really into the details of explaining why you need a grant, and then talking about the community that you're going to serve with this grant funding, because that's what grants for. What other questions can I answer for you guys? Y'all let me know, because if you are a current or future Black woman for-profit small business owner and you have a desire to win this funding, but maybe you're struggling a little bit to start, to sustain, etc., then you can get help with that. So it looks like we have others on the live with hidden agendas. So I do not encourage anyone to connect with anyone on this live because I don't know none of y'all. So I'm not co-signing for anyone. As I mentioned earlier, if people are on other people's lives in their video comments or in your inbox, talking about inbox me, that's the scammer trying to get around the TikTok algorithm. Okay. So if not, they will be on live at 11:52 teaching on their topic, not trying to scam you into their inbox. So be careful. Y'all see how bold they are? So it impacts me because Black women win less than 1% of funding that is available via venture capital angel investors, like people just pitching our business and getting money. That's half a penny. But scammers are so selfish and they don't care that they want that half a penny because they can go take somebody else's half, glue it together, and go spend that penny somewhere. I don't like that they're trying to take our half a penny. Let us have us, okay? So nobody that's telling you to get in their inbox on any social media has pure intentions. Be careful. We've had women that have fallen victim to these scams. They're claiming to be grants. They're claiming to be with the SBA. SBA does not offer grants, y'all, not to start a business, not to grow a business. They're a loan company. I don't care how good someone makes an opportunity sound. Nobody can guarantee you a grant. That's why I'm here teaching. The Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So I'm here to share that knowledge, not say message me, inbox me. Don't fall for it, Ice Cold. This is on recording, so y'all can't say we didn't have this conversation, because a lot of women are desperate to win money for their business or to pay bills, and they fall for it. They give these people their money. They never see that money again. They finally find me and my page, and they're like, oh my gosh, I thought I was talking to you. They told me they knew you. They told me they were you. It's not me, y'all. And they're trying to copy what God has blessed us to do, which is grow to over 84,000 of you guys here. So check the numbers on the pages that you're following. Check the credentials of the people that you're talking to. Vicky says she's fallen victim. We have a lot of women who have lost money because they trusted people who didn't know them, who just randomly showed up in their inbox, and they gave them money. They gave them their business information, their home address, their phone numbers. I don't know when we became so trusting, but be careful. They do not care about the safety of Black women. They just want your money, man. Don't fall for it. So this is why I teach about the signs of scammers and what to look out for. They don't care. They're heartless, soulless, and it's just like, wow. But we're covered under the blood of Jesus. We're specifically here for Black women with for-profit small businesses, and that's who I focus on. But when I see danger in the area, I have to let y'all know, okay? That's my job, right? So what questions, for those of you who are here with pure intentions and you really want to learn about grants and you really want to grow, you want to be educated, and you want my help, because I'm winning grants. I'm not just talking about it. I don't have time to be in your inbox bragging on what we've done. Y'all been here with me for an hour and a half. If you got questions, ask them now. I'm about to wrap up soon, but I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I do want to offer the opportunity to come join us on the scholarship in my mentorship program, where you can learn about grants. You ain't worried about paying nobody, because you got this, and you deserve to keep all of your money and then some, because you got this skill. So all of that is over at blackwomeningrants.com in the mentorship program called the Grant Game. And this is for you if you want to start taking grants seriously, stay focused, learn from someone who's winning grants for themselves. That's me, y'all. That's me. I win grants, okay? And I teach our mentees how to do it as well. So what questions can I answer for you guys? We got somebody named Miss Tay on here now, Tay. We got two Tays on here. Hey, Miss Tay. What questions can I answer? Anybody else want to tell me about their business? Thank you, Lady V, for the little gifts and stuff. I don't know what they mean, but it says you're awesome. I appreciate that. Lady V says, are there any grants for real estate investing? It depends on the level of investing that you want to do. So tell me more about what type of real estate you're investing in. Boss Lady said, is that the Grant Academy? So Grant Prep Academy, Boss Lady, is our monthly membership. So it's $197 a month to be with me twice a month live on Zoom, getting coached through the application process in a group of other women that are in the mentorship. The Grant Game mentorship program is if you want to learn on your own. The same information, you don't need me to hold your hand as much, and that's for 6 months. Anybody else want to tell me about their business? Boss Lady, which one are you considering joining? The mentorship program? Are you more like an independent study, or you need some holding with the membership? Let me know. Want to make sure you get exactly what you need. And then the first one to join us during the live today gets the bonus call with me, as well as a ticket to join us in our November grant event, either live here in Atlanta or online, okay? We're putting it out there as both are options right now. We'll make a decision soon, okay? You said you don't know which one. Ask me a question about either one, or you need me to walk through them with you again. Let me know. I'm happy to do that as well. So the Grant Game mentorship program is our, let me go back to the site. Let me tell you exactly what it says. YouTube is on here with us, so they can see exactly what I'm looking at. So over at blackwomeningrants.com, there are 3 options to work together depending on what you need. So Grant Prep Academy, that is our monthly mentorship. This is the perfect option if you need real-time accountability. You need hand-holding. You need support. You need to see my face, hear my voice, be in community, get step-by-step help finding, applying for, and winning grants. That's our monthly membership. It's $197, pay as you go. So you're not in a contract. You don't have to stay for 13 years. But it's ongoing, it's live, it's virtual, it's on Zoom twice a month. It's me, you, and a small cohort of other Black women for-profit small business owners. And you'll receive my help with personalized grant coaching, small business grant application assistance. And then I give you complimentary access to our mentorship program, that self-study part, so you can be learning in between our calls as well. And then I'm available to email me 24/7. So just send me your grant application questions and I'm happy to help. And then sometimes I bring y'all up on the live and we get to talk. Hello, Dr. Tiffany. How are you, girl? I hope all is well with the dissertation. You know, we miss you. I ain't want to bother you. We miss you too. I was just saying that. Like, what Dr. Tiffany at? Hey, girl. And then option 2 is the Grant Game Mentorship Program. It is $197 one time, okay? And so this is the perfect option if you like to move at your own pace. You already know how to hold yourself accountable. Like you trust yourself enough to say, okay, this program has videos, it has ebooks, it has interviews, it has audios, all of this, I'm going to check off my list. Like that's me. I'm like, okay, you say 24 hours. Okay, I got 2 hours a day. Let me sit and watch this video and take notes. Okay, I got 30 minutes before I got to be somewhere. Let me listen to this audio. That's for the mentorship. And so that's called the Grant Game Mentorship. It is a one-time payment. It's a self-study process. It gives you 6-month access to this information. It's 24 hours worth of information. You got 6 months to go through that 24 hours worth of information. But it's the self-study, learn at your leisure. It's that grant coaching that's hands-free on the go because you get to download the book, listen to it on audio, watch the videos, listen to the audios, learn from the trainings that I've done in the mentorship, watch the interviews with our grant winners. Email me your questions if you have them. Join us back here on TikTok Lives or YouTube Live when TikTok goes away. That's the Grant Game Mentorship. Those are the top 2 options for us to work together, right? And if you're just a reader, you're just a knowledge nerd, the third option is just buy the book bundles. It's a copy of the Finding Funding ebook, which is here. You get the ebook version. This is my author's copy. But this walks you through what grants are, what they're not, how I got started, winning over $1 million in grants. You get to see behind the scenes a little bit more. There is the Black Women in Grants book, all about my clients' success stories. These are not even available for purchase online anywhere else other than my website. If you find it anywhere else, it's illegal and they go into jail. Okay. So, and then finally, you get the Grant Game ebook, which is really teaching you the ASK model, how to ask to be chosen, how to ask to win that grant, how to ask for that money. Okay. So I'll walk you through that 3-part formula. And that's really the secret key to how we've won over $500,000 as a collective over the last few months. And I put it all in books. So the book bundle is only $97. Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm are available for all 3 of these options. Which one are you choosing? Put it in the chat. 1, 2, or 3. You're doing the monthly membership. That's 1. You're doing the mentorship for 6 months. That's 2. Or the book bundle. That's 3. So it's really clear. It's really easy to join the programs. Whichever one you choose, it takes 2 minutes. All you do is go to blackwomeningrants.com, click the link that says learn more. That's what you're selecting, which one you're joining, and click sign up, purchase, join, register, whatever it says over there. Okay. Let me know if you have more questions. I'm happy to answer. Any questions? Dr. Tiffany, you know we've been waiting on you. You say I'm going to do all next week. All right, Bree. You grabbing your ebooks right now? Let me know. Because the first one to sign up for any of the 3 options during gets the ticket to our event, live or online in November. And then these are our scholarship prices. They're first come, first serve because I win grants and I give them back to you. So I just won a grant this week for $6,000. So we have a scholarship fund available and I give them on a first come, first serve basis. Shay says I have 3, but still have yet to do anything with it. So I guess I'll need 1. Come join us, Shay. Some people just need hand holding. You need accountability. we've had people that have had success. This is so funny because I watch y'all. We got 600 in our mentorship, and people like the membership option because they don't want to show up empty-handed to our calls. I've literally had clients say, Dr. AJ, I didn't want to embarrass you. I didn't want you to be disappointed in me. And I didn't want to be the only one who hadn't done my homework. So it helps for them to have that live accountability in the membership. And they go on to win grants because they know what to do. And they got me walking with them. They got their sisters supporting them. They're learning from each other. And then different of our members will join the calls at different times. Like whenever you make time to join us, come get coaching, get help, and it's on from there. You can't help but win if you're actually doing the work. So I try to give y'all options, okay? Because I know everybody's not good on their own, left to their own devices. Some people do need hand holding. Many of y'all just want to talk to me, and I'm all for it. Let's go. What you got, right? So we have some spots in our membership if you want that live. And now is a really good time to join the membership. Laura, she's in our membership. She started out with a crew who's gone on to do other things as well. And she got me on the call by herself the other day. And she was like, oh, it's just me and you. Let's go. So she took full advantage because we have a lot of fun because I don't have to focus on everybody in the crew. But then again, we can have it where everybody shows up. And it's like, hey, who got a question first? Let's go. So either way, you're getting that live attention. And then you get the complimentary access to the updated mentorship program. I'm so excited about her. I went in and cleaned up a little bit, made her cuter. So that's exciting as well. What other questions can I answer for those of you hanging out with us? It's Saturday, y'all. Let's get it, okay? I'm supposed to be out the house today. I've been in the house for like the last week. That's when I know it's a good week. I ain't got to go buy no groceries. I ain't got nowhere to be. That calendar just clear. And I've been here knocked out, eating good, dance parties, cleaning up. Chill. I said, I'm going to get out the house today. And then it started raining. I was like, well, let me go live real quick. So here I am with you guys. I ain't got nothing else planned today. So talk to me. I got a little tab on my calendar. Okay. Any questions? Anybody else want to tell me about what you do in your business? What do you do? What do you do in that business that you want to win a grant for? If you're just joining us, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So tell me about your business. What do you do? Let me know. If this has helped you, just tap on your screen a little bit. Watch the hearts flutter. You're letting TikTok know that you like this live. This topic was helpful. And so it's also going to introduce more Black women to this conversation. They need to be in this room. So just like the live. You can also tag someone that you know needs to be here. We're just chatting about you as a Black woman with a for-profit small business, helping you find, apply for, and win these grants. Talking about how to win these grants. Boss Lady says childcare and general contractor. Got it. What other questions do you have, Boss Lady? Let me know. And if you have questions about joining our mentorship program or our membership program or buying the ebook bundle to help you win your next grant, let me know. Again, the website is www.blackwomeningrants.com. Okay. BlackWomenInGrants.com. And yes, you can get there from the profile right here on the TikTok. Okay. Any questions or anybody else want to tell me what they do in their business, the business that you could use a grant for? Natasha Mayberry. Hey, girl. She said, I just started mine. I was approved for my UIE and cage number. So that's government contracting. So congratulations, because I know that's a process, Jill, a process to say it properly. You don't need those to win for-profit grants. That's more for government grants, but it is a step in the right direction. So we win for-profit grants. So it's not government grants, nonprofit grants, or federal funding. Right. It was a time, right, girl? I know about that process. So we don't have to deal with that, thankfully, because a lot of people don't make it through that process. They give up. But we're in the for-profit space where corporations, foundations, organizations, and associations, these like multi-million-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies, they have this budget set aside called CSR, something like community service, something I always forget what it's called, but it's like reserve funds to give back, right? Helping to make the world a better place. And that's the for-profit space where they just put out an application and say, tell us why you need this grant, and we simply go apply. So on one hand, that other side, that nonprofit government side, it can take you. One lady just told us this week it took her 45 hours to apply for a grant for her nonprofit. On our side, it takes 45 minutes to apply for a grant for our for-profit. So that's the difference. So I dive into that deeper in our mentorship, where I teach you what all goes into applying for nonprofit grants. That's my background, working with and for nonprofits, seeing the same money they get, I get, same check from the same companies for the different reasons, but we're doing the same job. So that's a little bit about that. That's why I tell y'all, you don't have to hire anybody to do this work for you. You can learn it and do it yourself, and it can be simple. And you're not trying to figure out, what to do. What other questions can I answer for you? Let me know if you have any. Let me check on our YouTubers. I always forget they're there. Okay, we're good on YouTube. I'm sharing my screen there as well. And then we're live on our Facebook channel. When what is this? TikTok goes away, we'll be on our YouTube channel. So just look for us, blackwomeningrants.com. Blackwomen you spell it out, blackwomeningrants.com. Hello, dark and lovely. How are you, girl? Welcome. Any other questions about grants, what they are, if your business qualifies? And yes, I do know of a grant for your business right now. I don't drop the names of grants on my lives often. However, I can teach you how to find the money so that you can win more than one time. Okay, that's what you want. Any other questions? A lot of Black women are missing out on this free money because they're making the mistake of trying to figure this out of their own, or they're collecting this quote unquote free information and not doing anything with it. So you got to take it serious. Like, there's money to win if you take it serious. Fix this mistake. Lady V has a wellness, home fragrance product business. Does your business qualify? Yeah. We have, let's see, who's in the wellness space? Ashley Rankin is the first person that comes to mind. She's won over $42,000. She has an organic skincare line. Her business literally is called Rest to Reset. So she's in the wellness space, but in the skincare side of it. So she has a condition where if she gets too stressed out, her skin flares up, her scalp flakes up. So she uses her background in biology to formulate an organic skincare product that gets funded. She was funded with a $10,000 grant through L'Oreal last year. She's now in the program to help her with the agricultural part of that. Like, if you want to grow your own ingredients to put in your skincare products, they pay for her to learn how to do that. So yeah, it's funding for your business, depending on, where you want to go with it. So that's why I'm asking you guys, what do you do? Tell me about that business. What is this idea? You don't have to tell me everything because you don't know who's on here. People do steal stuff. There's people on here right now stealing the words out of my mouth and go try to act like they came up with it. But anyway, we move on because I be on a soapbox sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, you don't got to tell me how your business shall understand. However, tell me just the general vicinity of what you're trying to do, and we can talk about it. Said you're a nurse. Yeah, so you use your nursing background. There was also a nurse on here who, she's a nurse, but she also wanted to do medical transport, getting people back and forth from the hospital, the dentist, the doctor, etc., and then getting a grant to do that. And you absolutely can. We interviewed the winner of the Verizon grant. Verizon was giving away a $10,000 grant. This lady owned a food truck. And so by the time she won their $10,000, she was able to pay. Oh, Vicky, was that you? Pay, girl, I'd be talking to so many of y'all. I remember your stories now because I'm like, these are the stories that I tell grants about. Like, let's help these people with these backgrounds that could be put to use, helping the community. Okay, so that was us talking the other day about your business. Yep. So if you're digging into the community aspect of what you do, it's helpful. So the Verizon grant winner, she won $10,000 for her food truck. It paid for her like parking fee. I didn't know you had to pay a fee to park food truck. And in the same vein, we have Brittany. She's in Virginia. She just won her first small business pitch competition, $15,000. She pitched her business for 5 minutes, and her concept was to open a commercial kitchen And so with the kitchen, she's also going to offer parking for food truck vendors because she's letting them come in to prep their food, put it on the truck, go out and sell it. Or if you're selling from your home or a little mobile cart, she's like that communal space. You come in and use her kitchen for the safe serve and all that, but it's community based. So this is what grants fund. So if you dig into what are you doing for the community? What are you doing to give back? What are you doing that's not just about putting money in your pocket to win a grant? Because nobody just want to give you money just because you're a business owner. But if you're a business owner with a vision to bring others with you and help, or as they say, lift as you climb, grants fund that. And I can help you win that grant, child. So blackwomeningrants.com is how to come join me, get me as your mentor if you want to get help winning. Some people got time to waste, try to learn this, try to figure it out. But by then, the rules have changed. But I study this. So when you don't see me on TikTok, I'm somewhere to remind myself of where we started, writing my next book like I'm doing now. That fourth book is released at the end of this month for my high-end mastermind clients. I'm on somebody's podcast talking, teaching, and then I'm studying these grant opportunities that I'm not only applying for and winning, but now coming back to teach you how to win. So we have 600 ladies in our mentorship program who have won almost $500,000 in funding. And we about to be at $500,000 before the end of the year. So I hope that you're considering becoming a part of these winners. We're happy to have you. I'm happy to teach you what I know. Go to blackwomeningrants.com to join us in the Grant Game Mentorship Program. And let me teach you what I know. Let me help you win money for your business so that you don't have to try to guess and figure this out on your own. What other questions can I answer for you? Bree says she purchased the books. Did you just do it, Bree? Let me see if I can see in here and go on the back end real quick. Sometimes it takes a minute to process, so you might see it on the other end. You did? Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me double check. It is slowly loading, child. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Bree, I see you here. Hey, girl. So let me send this to you while I'm on here with you live. Getting your email. And congratulations on getting your book bundle. I'm excited. The last few ladies that read our Finding Funding ebook have won the most in grant funding in our crew. They won it. I mean, they read it multiple times. So keep that in mind. It is one of those things where, you know how like you go back and watch a movie, you be like, I don't remember that from the last. Is that? Mm-hmm. So let me get you your books. I'm going to email that to you. So I'm going to just talk to y'all while I walk myself through this. Y'all can let me know what questions you have as well, if you have any. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me know. And Bree, I'm gonna get your books over to you. I'm just double checking, making sure everything is there for you. I need to update and add this other little bonus in there for you. So give me a minute. I got you, girl. Any other questions about joining us in the mentorship, getting your copy of the books? Bree, I think what I'm gonna do for you, I'm gonna send you something, Bree, because it's gonna take me a minute. So I'm gonna follow my heart on this. Trust God. and just send you the easiest thing I can do live real quick. Share. 12:35 a.m. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Hello. So this is for Black women with for-profit small businesses. We're just talking about your businesses and what you do that you could use a grant for in your business. So you can let me know about your business in the chat. You can let me know why you need a grant. You can let me know how much in a grant you want to win. I'm emailing Bree. Okay, I just hit send, Bree. Let me know you got it, girl. Had to make sure everything was there before I sent it. And welcome. Glad to have you. Let me know you got it. What other questions do you guys have about like finding grants, applying for grants? If your business qualifies for a grant, the answer is yes. Grants are based on like social impact, what you're doing. I call it good in the hood. In our which one is this in? The Grant Game ebook, we call it Who You Bringing With You. And that just means like if you want a grant, let's say for $10,000 today, and they said you got to give back 10% of that grant to your community, how would you help? What would you do? So y'all put that in the chat. If Grant said we're going to give you a check for $10,000 today, but you got to give $1,000 away. You got to give it back to your community. You got to sow. You got to bring others with you. What would y'all do? What would be your community? We call that a community impact, social purpose. How would you use 10% of that $10,000 grant, which is $1,000, to give back to your hood? What would you do? Put that in the chat real quick. This is literally your secret key to winning your next grant. Whatever you say in that chat, this is your key. So talk to me. Even if you've told me before, tell me again, girl, I forgot. I don't be remembering sometimes. Summer says, I have a daycare, but I focus on children with disabilities, autism, behaviors, etc. Love it. What do you need a grant for? Talk us through it. So here's some of the community service or community impact projects that grants fund. So let's say it don't really matter what you do, but you want to teach a workshop to help graduating high school seniors or graduate college students get into your industry. You can get that training funded. Let's say you want to help the hood by giving back. I call everybody's hood a hood because you live in a neighborhood. It's the hood, okay? Thank you for sharing the live and supporting Black women. I appreciate it. So maybe you want to help people who were formerly incarcerated and they can't find a job. So you want to create this workforce or workplace training development program, teaching them a skill that you now know in your business. You want to give back that way, hosting an event, doing a training, doing a workshop, doing a digital course that you give away. Hint, hint. You can get grants for that. Let's say you want to help the hood by helping senior citizens. Yes, get back and forth to their doctor's appointment. Eat fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, because you're in a food desert. You can get a grant for that. Let's say you want to do a back to school drive. We have Selena, who's in our mentorship. She won $10,000 to do a back to school drive to make sure Black boys and brown boys and Black girls and brown girls had a full book bag with all of these supplies they needed to get them started for the school year. That's leading to the rise in education, lowering the cost for parents who don't have to come out of their pocket, helping teachers who usually use their own money to fund the classroom. That's giving back. Ashley Rankin, our mentee that's in the organic skincare line business, she works with high school girls after school, teaching them about rest and self-care and skincare. And she's the skincare line owner. She wins grants to do just that. Okay, so that's how she's confident in the application she submits, and that's how she's winning funding. So these types of projects, you're helping the elderly, seniors, youth, immigrants, students. You could be a part of a veteran community. You can be the spouse of a vet. You can be a part of the LGBTQIA community, the BIPOC community. I hate that term, BIPOC. We Black, child. You could help people from minority communities. That's how I want to say it. You can be a part of the disabled community. and helping and giving back to them at the same time as well. So these are the types of projects grants fund. They don't just want to help you start a business just because you want to start a business. They fund projects. They fund community. They fund if you're trying to like save a culture and you're also a part of that culture or that community at the same time. So you got to factor in what you would tell them that you would do with the funds. I haven't seen anybody in the chat yet, unless y'all just like talking on mute or typing on mute. Nobody told me what would be your community impact. How would you help the hood? Let me know. I'm waiting to hear. What would you do if a grant said you have to help the hood? They're not going to say that, but they're going to ask you, well, what you doing in the community? And they are going to want to know what that looks like. So it helps if you've already thought through the process and you got a plan for it. Boss Lady says, I just enrolled. So excited. Yay, Boss Lady. Let me refresh my screen here and see if I can see your information. But y'all let me know, what's your community impact? Mine is what Boss Lady just got. She just got her scholarship to come join us in the mentorship program. So regular price to join me, the regular investment, is $997. She got it for $197. 600 women have won that opportunity. That means we've given away over $500,000 in scholarship. Y'all see how this works? So I win grants for that. Grants cover me on the back end only because I can tell them about my community service-based project. Y'all see how this works? Tiffany Green. Boss Lady, is that you? Because we got Dr. Tiffany on here. I'm making sure that ain't her, because I know she's joining us as well. Lady V says she would organize health fairs. I like it. Focusing on community health and wellness. I like it. There was a dentist I used to go to here in Atlanta that did that. And it was just so good. They partnered with people to like check for diabetes and talk through health issues, and all of it linked to like your dental care. And then I met another coach who they offered a fitness class virtually, because this was like shortly after COVID. And they like sponsored for a year for you to meet virtually and talk through your fitness goals just for accountability. I was like, this is so good. So anyway, I was impressed. And they gave away like blood pressure monitors and stuff like, girl, stuff like that matters, especially for people without like insurance and with healthcare being like it is. And so if you can show, again, how you're going to help others, who you're bringing with you, what is your social impact? These are the types of projects that grants fund. So like I said, if it's not something that you've talked through yet or thought through yet, you need to, okay? It's a must. All right, Tiffany, you said that's you. Okay, cool. So we got more than one Tiffany is what I'm trying to like train my brain on real quick. So let me get your email to you. A second page should have popped up for you, Tiffany, when you registered. But if not, I'm going to just send you this backup email. It's the same information. It's showing you how to access the learning portal. In the learning portal is all of the goodies, girl. It's your classes that you're going to go watch the replays of. It's your books that you can download. It's copies of the interviews that I've done with our mentees who have won grants. It has the link for you as a Black woman for profit owner. So I just sent you your email. Let me know you got it, okay? All right. And then who else did I just email here? The Empress says you have a beautiful smile, your teeth giving proper alignment. Professor Grants. Thank you, girl. And I used to want braces when I was little. I still got a thing for braces, but thank you, girl. My mama didn't play. And I'm just continuing her legacy. That's all that is, child. Okay, so did I do this right? Okay, so I just emailed two of y'all. Y'all better let me know y'all got these emails. Appreciate you. Let's go back to. I'm gonna put our YouTube back on our TikTok here. We were walking through the mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. Summer, thank you for sharing the live. Y'all be like Summer and share the live. Thank y'all for the 10K likes. Y'all been over there clicking. The number is so small, I really can't see it. You got to be like just kind of glaring up at it. What other questions can I answer for you guys? Or if you want to tell me more about your business and what you do and what you can use a grant for, I can walk you through more about how to win that grant. Amen. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Thank you, Mom of Sickle Cell Warrior. Boss Lady has received the email. Yay! Make sure y'all click the links that's in your emails. That's vital to you getting access to the welcome package for the program, all the links to the master classes, the ebooks, the downloads, the videos, the interviews, the list of grants, the call with me. Yeah, everything is in that link. Okay. There is another spot if you want to come join us. The opportunity is still there. As long as you join during the live, I can make sure that you get your scholarship spot. Make sure you get logged into the portal. And make sure you get set up before we get out of here. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. I'm in between screens, y'all. So anybody else want to tell me what you do? If you're just joining the conversation, hi, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomeningrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And so we're talking about winning grants for your business and the secret to doing so. And that secret is how you're helping your hood. So I teach my mentees to take at least 5 to 10% of the money that they're winning and have a plan for how you're going to help your hood, how you're going to give back, what programs you're going to put in place, what projects you're going to work on that is going to like sow back into your community. That's what grants want to hear about. That's what you want to tell them about on your applications. And that's your secret to winning money. So if you're serious about grants and winning grant funding, this is the start to that process. So you're in the right place to ask questions, get your questions answered from a grant winner, and I'm happy to help. But you got just a few more minutes to get that information in. Just tell me about what you do, the business that you want to win grant funding for. Talk to me about that business. Even if you have multiple business ideas, I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Or if you just have a question, I'm here to answer. Queen Bee, I see you. Let me give you access to the portal. It should send you an email to notify you. If not, just refresh your screen and check the last email I sent. Granted. Well, welcome to the Grant Mentorship Program, and congratulations on claiming your scholarship spot, my dear. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and okay, I got a little project I got to work on later. Okay, let's see what my work is going to be this weekend. I like to have like a weekend project. Last weekend, I spent cleaning out my Google Drive. 2 years worth of content. I did it though. It took me a minute, but I got her did. So we got our new project for the weekend. Any final questions before I go? Any ahas or takeaways or anything y'all want to share? I'm here for it. Let me know. Just got to talk to me. I'm all ears. I told y'all I had a little playtime today. I was going to go to, it's a new business that opened here in Atlanta. They're doing an Ethiopian coffee ceremony. And I've been to one at an Ethiopian restaurant here, but one just snuck up and opened on us. So I may still try to check them out. I don't know. I may just stay in the house. I'm such a homebody. But for now, I'm on here talking to y'all. And then I do got to go have lunch. I did breakfast right before I got on here. I've been on here with y'all almost 2 hours. So we're about to wrap this up soon. Oh, it's over 2 hours. My bad. Let me go. Any final questions before I go? I may be back later today. You just never know about me. So make sure you follow this page and turn your notifications on for when we go live again, maybe. You can also follow us on YouTube under blackwomeningrants.com. Just spell out the dot, the DOT. That's where we're going to be when TikTok goes away again, on YouTube, okay? Thank you, Lady B. You got any questions before we go, Lady B? Let me know. Boss Lady, you good? Let me know. Bree, are you good? I'm checking in on y'all before I go. Any final questions? Congratulations to those of you who have claimed your scholarships and bought your books. I have emailed y'all, so you got what you need to get started right away. As I mentioned, there's 24 hours of content in the program. That's from the book, having it read to you through our app, the videos that you can go watch right now and download, the list of grants that you can start looking through right now. All of that is in your welcome package. So when you click the link to log into the portal, you'll see everything there. So start where it says number 0. I think it's 00. It says, welcome to the Grant Game Mentorship Program. That's the title. Click it, listen to the video. It'll tell you step by step how to work through the program. And just keep in mind, you got to do the work. And the work will work when you work it. Amen. Okay. Boss Lady says, yes, Dr. AJ. All right now. So follow this page, turn your notifications on, and you can still claim your scholarship price over at blackwomeningrants.com. Our bonuses are just not on the website. You have to join during the live to qualify to get the bonuses. Those of you who have joined, open that welcome packet. Everything you need is there. And if you got questions, you can simply just email me. Just reply back to the emails I've sent, or you can reply back to your receipt, and it'll send me an email as well, okay? Thank y'all for hanging out. I didn't realize I had been on here for 2 hours. This has been fun. Thank y'all for being here. Until we meet again, my friends, y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. God bless. Bye, future grant winners. All right, let's see. Bye, Facebook. And, of course, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, y'all.